All right, guys, I'm recording. It is July 23rd, and this is our Team Library call. And I'm super, super, super excited because we have Michelle on our call tonight. Danielle helps me get in touch with Michelle after she learned that Michelle is like a pro at Instagram TV, IGTV, which I barely know anything about. So I'm super excited to learn more about it. And I know, Michelle, you had said you just kind of knew about it, and so you did a lot of research, and you've kind of just trying to get ahead of the game because it's likely to be like something that's really up and coming. And I just haven't taken the time to kind of research it yet. So I'm excited to kind of get the cliff notes from you and hear how it is, impacting your business. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for being on.
Of course. Okay. So I wanted to start off with like a couple facts about Instagram, and just so you know, guys, like, everything that you hear tonight, don't feel like you have to like use everything, and just don't grab the spaghetti and throw it at the wall and see what sticks. Like, just take a couple of the points that I have and like just build from today. Cause I know like it's not like too in depth, but like kind of there's a little bit thinking involved in it. So I just wanted to share a few facts that I actually looked up today, just the most like recent research about Instagram. So there's actually 130 million active users right now on Instagram. So if you think that there's too many Beachbody coaches out there and you're never going to find anybody, there's 130 million people. So don't feel like you'll never find your tribe. They're out there. The other thing is there's 58 photos uploaded every second on Instagram, which I thought is extremely neat and cool. Wow. And then let's see, what was it? Oh, it's basically, so this IGTV is basically, from the research that I found, is almost better already than YouTube is. So it's going to be, it's a huge up and coming thing. Oops, sorry, you guys. So let me just share my screen with you. I just figured I'd share that little tidbit just because I think it's really cool.
It's eye-opening.
Yeah. Especially if when you think like you're just messaging all these people and you're never going to find your tribe, you're going to. Okay, perfect. All right. So how to rack your IGTV. So actually this is my roommate, Tabitha. She got a really cool camera. So like as we go along, like you'll see that the pictures that you upload on the IGTV or your videos, like that is the number one important thing, is how you're presenting yourself, because you want it to be clear, to your audience. So what the heck is IGTV? I know when I read about it, I was like, do I really even need it? And how do I even use it? So I'll just jump right into it. So IGTV, the biggest thing is it's huge on education. It's educational based, 110%. So if you've seen people go on IGTV and they're doing the live part of it, please pay no attention to that, because it's not being a clear, precise reason what is their channel, right? So it's almost like a podcast but visual, and it's really, it's allowing people to kind of see your personality, see how you are with your niche, and then what do you have to offer for them. So I'm going to use my pointer. I love this thing. So this is something like really specific to remember when you feel like nobody wants to listen to you. People come to your page for a reason, because they know that you have something specific to offer. I always like to say that your posts are commercials. Your story is your behind the scenes of your life. And now that there's IGTV, that is the how-to. How can I get fit and be a mom at the same time? How do I get fit and my husband's in the military and I'm by myself all the time, and like those type of scenarios. And then obviously live is more of a one-on-one interaction where people can ask you questions, stuff like that. Now IGTV, they can post comments after they read or after they watch your channel, but live is more of the personal kind, where IGTV is personal, but it's showing them that you have something to offer to them. So my example that I put up is when you, and I wanted to do something separate than Beachbody just to give it just a different outlook. When you search keto nutrition, you want your page to pop up first. So IGTV is so new that if you start your IGTV now, you're already going to have more views, more followers, more comments. And guess what that means? You're going to be higher up on the page than Joe Schmo that just decided to whip up their Instagram. Now, I have gone and did, I have typed in Beachbody and kind of like looked at what other people are posting. And this is just me being completely truthful with all of you guys. It's been really sloppy. And I don't want that for, you know, especially like, because Brooke, we're kind of like all on the same team here, really.
Yeah,
not that I want other people to be sloppy, but I want you guys to know the correct way of doing it so it can make your business flourish. So when you start this now, because it is so new, the algorithm is your posts, your IGTV will be popping up before somebody else's that has not, you know, started it now compared to 2 months from now, which I found that pretty interesting. So there's almost kind of a different algorithm for IGTV. So you need a hook statement. So this is going to be, this part is about your first episode. So my first episode, it was about 3 minutes. At the end, I can put my IG handle in, and you guys can actually go to my IGTV and just watch it real quick. It's really short, sweet, simple. So I actually love to dance. Like twerking is like my favorite thing in the whole world. And like, that's just me. So in the beginning of my Instagram store or IGTVs, I'm planning to do a little bit of my dancing into it because that shows my personality and it gets people to like know me more than just my pictures on Instagram, right? So my hook statement, and you know, you guys write this down, but obviously if you're a mom or if you're a single mom or if, because I know Brooke said you guys have a couple moms on the team, no matter what your situation is in the background of, you know, Beachbody, you need a hook statement to get somebody captured by, you know, what do you have to offer me? Mm-hmm. So mine was, I help busy people get fit on the go. So obviously, for those of you just like getting on, so I'm a full-time registered nurse. I do travel nursing. Me and my roommates fostered 2 puppies. Like I brought my dogs down here from New York. So there literally is no excuse for people to not have time to work out or to eat healthy or just to be healthy, period. So the page name that you'll make will be your niche. So this is mine on IGTV. It's Michelle Humrick at Get Fit on the Go. And then Danielle, she messaged me and her niche was super broad. And so I helped her narrow it down more. In her first episode, it's great. So also if you follow Danielle, watch her IGTV because it was very good as well. So that's what you want your page name to be. So now you're like, okay, cool. I know what my niche is. I have my page name. Now what? What am I going to post on my first TV show, kind of, pretty much? So your first episode should only be 3 to 5 minutes. Now, I say 3 to 5 minutes because from the research I've done, people only have an attention span of literally barely a minute, let alone 3 to 5. Because if you sit back and think about it, when's the last time you've watched a 10-minute video? Like on YouTube? I haven't. So they say to do your first post 3 to 5 minutes, and it needs to be heavy, heavy, heavy content for people to say, yes, she has the solution to my problem. I'm going to reach out to her. I'm going to follow her channel, and I want to know what she has to offer me. So 3 to 5 minutes with your hook statement, clearly stating and explaining who you are and what do you have to offer to them. So you're like, okay, perfect. I can do that. Well, how do I make my movie? So like I said, I went on to other people's IGTV and they were doing it live. And I don't know if I'm sure you guys have. When you see somebody live, it's kind of pixelated and it's not clear. And it's almost distracting to see the pixels. So what I like to use is iMovie. Also, I use iMovie for my me doing my pre-workouts in the morning and adding lettering and music and just making it fun. Stand out, be something different than, Sally over here, right? So these are the 3 that I really like. iMovie, InShot, and Final Cut Pro. Now, you definitely don't have to be a computer junkie, phone junkie whatsoever. iMovie is super easy to use. And I tell my team this: if you don't know how to use these, if you don't know how to use anything, you need to Google it or then watch YouTube to figure out how to use them. But iMovie is definitely one of my favorites. You can record it, you can cut it, you can edit it, you can add words, you can speed up your video, and you can slow it down. It's really cool. So my personal favorite is iMovie, and if you have an iPhone, if you don't have an iPhone, get an iPhone. Just the quality of the camera is just unreal. I mean, I could do I'm into that type of stuff, so I could do a whole call on that, but use a quality type of device to make your movie. So let me go to the next slide. Okay, so now you made your first post, you made your first video, and you're like, okay, now what? So you should be posting 1 to 3 times a week. I missed mine last week, and I'm upset with traveling. I'm slacking with recording myself, but I plan on doing that this week. But it's not like how we post on Instagram every day, a picture, and it's either heavy content or something small or whatever you ended up posting about. But really 1 to 3 times a week. And I like to think of it as like you wait weekly for your favorite TV show. And like when Grey's Anatomy is on, I look forward to Tuesdays. So I plan on choosing a day that I will religiously post my IGTV new TV show on that day, because then you're going to build followers and say, oh, okay, Brooke posts every Tuesday. She's going to be on this Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to what she told me the last time. And then people will start following you in that way. The biggest thing is know your strengths and weaknesses. Don't show up and pretend to know something that you don't. And that's why I like, my biggest thing is your niche. Your niche, however you want to say it, needs to be narrow first, and then it can be wide. So actually, I had this discussion with Tabitha and her husband, because she does a blog, and she likes to do travel, food, and what was the other one?
Travel, food, relax.
Eat, relax. Eat, travel, relax. And he was like, you need to add fitness in that. And I said, no, not yet. Like, people come to her blog for those 3 things. They don't care about the fitness, because they wouldn't have searched any of those words. They would have searched fitness, right? So your channel needs to be very narrow at first. So you don't want to say, yeah, I taught you how to do these 3 basic bicep moves, and tomorrow I'm going to talk about my cat for 3 hours. Like, please, like, no, don't do that. But I want you to realize that there is wealth in your specialty. There are things that you guys have that I don't, that Brooke doesn't, that nobody has, and that you need to own that. And that's when I say know your strengths versus your weaknesses, and take those strengths and run with them. Because I'm telling you right now, there is somebody out there that has a problem that you have a solution for, and it's Beachbody. But it could be 2B Mindset. It could be Lift 4. I mean, it gets, you broaden at that point. But that's just one of the things. Okay, so spice up your content. So like I said before, you're going to do heavy, heavy, heavy education first, because your page, people are coming to your page to learn something. So they're going to say, okay, Michelle, she's a full-time nurse. She's busy. What is she doing to make sure that her nutrition is on point? So like this week, I was going to say how I do quick snacks on the go, because I work from my car all day. And I was going to do a fast video on meal prepping, and then add that on there. 2, kind of like what I just talked about, staying consistent in your niche. Just don't go outside of it until you've gained those followers that they trust you enough you can talk about other subjects. 3, add visuals, aka don't be freaking boring. That's what I put. Because like I said, our attention spans are so small as it is. if you're sitting there like, hi, welcome to my Instagram TV show, I'm going to teach you how, like, holy crap, I'm dying listening to even myself talk like that. So if you watch my Instagram story, I put up like a really fun music part, and then I'm like, hey, you guys, like, thank you for watching my first episode. I'm so happy that you're here to see what I have to share with you. So just, not that it's being fake, but it's, at the end of the day, I know you guys are super passionate about what you're doing, or you wouldn't even be on this call in the first place. So number 4, Insta story to promote your IGTV story. So I know everybody wants the 10,000 follower swipe up option. So you can have that with IGTV, and you don't need 10,000 followers. So what happens is, and I have a picture. So after you take a picture of something, so let's say you take a video of yourself saying, hey, you guys, just so you know, I uploaded my second IGTV channel show, and I just wanted to let you guys know, please click the link underneath and swipe up, and you will be brought to my IGTV channel. So mine's already linked right here, and that's what you'll see. So once you make an IGTV, it basically like gives you your own URL, and then you use that when you're posting about it. So that's the coolest part about it. So it's not even like you have to post somewhere else differently. But also the other thing I wanted to talk about that I forgot to mention when I was first talking about this, use polls in your story to see what do people want to hear about from you. Danielle did a beautiful job at this. What would you rather hear about? Fashion or makeup, or, busy moms versus stay-at-home mom, or whatever you want to do. Make those polls so people can vote on what they want to hear from you. And it's almost like killing two birds with one stone, because then you get to message all of those people and say, hey, Casey, thank you so much for, voting on my IGTV content. I really do appreciate it. And then you can go from there and either just stop at that or start creating that relationship. So that's the other reason why I like to use that poll feature with the IGTV. So at the end of the day, you need to be yourself. Please do not compare yourself to other channels. You have something that they don't, and vice versa. And that's the beauty of the fact that there's 130 million people on Instagram. There's multiple people out there that are your tribe. Sorry, I have to take a sip of this margarita. It's staring at me in the face, and I can't not take a sip. And I'm talking too much. So the other thing, remember that people are coming to you for something. So now there's 2 ways people are coming to you. Either they typed in something on IGTV that was linked to your name, and they found you, and you've already been doing IGTV and you were at the top of the list and they found you, or your following already wants to know, what is Brooke's IGTV? Like, what is she doing? Is she going to show me how she literally fits all this in her life and being a busy mom? Like, yes, I want to subscribe to that. And that's a really cool thing that people do. So those are the 2 ways that people are coming to you for something. So when I listened to a podcast, they were talking about chocolate covered kale. So when it comes to finding people, you're selling them on what they want and not what they need. And then you're showing them on what they need. So I know that sounds confusing. So if you can screenshot this page, do it. I sat down with Tabitha, and I was like, wait a second, I'm confused. Do I want the kale? Do I want the chocolate? And ultimately I want both, but you're showing people what they want. You're giving them what they want and not what they need. But what happens is they get what they need with what they want. So, beepity boppity boppity boopity. It sounds like a little confusing, but that's why I said, like, if you can screenshot this, or I can even send this PowerPoint to Brooke, honestly, just so you guys have this. And it's just a really good reminder of telling yourself, how am I going to present this content? So I use the example, kale is good for you, but let's say your kid doesn't like it. So you say it's chocolate. So you have to be strategic on meant to say, on how to present Beachbody. Like, I'm sure Brooke tells you, don't show the Shakeology on, the front of your cup. You're not taking pictures like this. You're not hashtag Shakeology, hashtag Beachbody, because people are going to go to eBay and they're going to buy your product and they don't get the main point, which is you. You're the one that is going to help them. Yes, the shake gives you nutrients and all of that stuff, but ultimately you're the one that they need to help them start this fitness journey or their health journey or whatever it is. So I don't want you to have a vague niche. It's hard to get traction. So that's why I said, if you can really sit down and come up with what you want to share and what you want to teach, you will be more successful in that. This meant to go up there, but so why it is so important to not only be active with posting pictures every day on your Instagram, with purpose, showing what they want / results. So like if you're doing Lift 4 right now, I plan on doing weekly pictures. Even if there's no change, people still are waiting for me to post that picture every week, or, waiting for that new IG story or TV show. Being active on your story and letting your tribe get to know you. And then IGTV shows how they are going to get the results. And I said, lastly, be ahead of the curve. This is super new. And I know like you've probably heard about it and it feels like it's been around, but it really hasn't. And I really like Rich Bitch podcast. And actually she has a niche course that I think it's like $300, but she used to be a Beachbody coach and then she changed to be a life coach. And she's amazing. I love her. If you like to listen to things on the way to work or whatever, I really recommend her. It's Rich Bitch podcast. And actually I'm going, if anybody wants to come with me, I'm going to California for her event in October, because I know that there's going to be information there that she knows from doing research. And she has I think Jatana White is going to be there too from Beachbody. So it's just a ton of content that I'm going to be able to put into my IGTV, into my stories, and then into my posts, because that's one of the things too. So I have Jumper Media that does my following and unfollowing. And they said that IGTV is huge. That will get you a ton of followers. Posting content, giving away free content is huge. And then giveaways. Giveaways is another way to increase your engagement and then have people see your pictures compared to other people. So that's what I have for that. I just figured I'd leave a little bit of time if anybody had questions about it, because I know it's kind of like a lot of information.
Did Jumper Media, I have them too. I'm using them too. Did they tell you to not post more often than 24 hours every day?
So here's the thing. You can post within 24 hours, but if it's a heavy content post, it has to be a true 24 hours in between.
Right. So if it's like what's the word I'm looking for? What did I post the other day? Oh, I posted yesterday, had a great weekend, perfect bridal weekend. Now I'm off on my way to, North Carolina or whatever. But it was a good picture to switch it up and just something to show people I'm still here. Right.
Yeah. I'm still here, still a real person.
Right. So do you ever go a day without posting on Instagram?
Sometimes. So I try to post on how I feel. And sometimes I'm like, I can't post that. That's too depressing. Or depending on whatever my feelings are. But sometimes I'm just not feeling it. I just feel at that time, I'm like, I don't feel like I have true content right now. And I don't want to be fake about it. I really don't. So I'll go on my Instagram stories more that day. I'll say, I was going to post a picture today, but here I am laying on the couch, just to show people that I'm relatable. I'm drinking a margarita. I can still do this business and have a normal life. It's,
Right.
So, and then the other thing too, oh, sorry.
That's okay. I was wondering the same thing about that Brooke just asked, because I've noticed a lot of top coaches have been not posting every single day. Like,
So I think
very
it's their
weird. Like Jamie
content.
Fitzpatrick went like 5 days without posting.
I
Not
think
that I
it's
stalk
because
him
of
or
their
anything.
content. So what I asked Jumper Media is that basically when you post stuff like that, or when you're doing the mass following by yourself, Instagram thinks you're fake. They don't believe that you're a real person. So, I mean, I don't think you need to go 5 days without it, but I mean, Jamie Fitzpatrick at this point, I mean,
Like I'm skipping today because I posted last night at like 5 and I want to post first thing in the morning.
Right.
So
And you have
you
have your Instagram set to business profile, right?
Yeah.
So do you see, like, do you look to see when the majority of your followers are on?
No, I never have.
So it's really cool.
Insights, yeah.
They're under insights. It shows your specific people that watch your content the most when they're on Instagram. So like for me, it says like the generation that mostly follows me is 21 to 35, and it shows like 5 p.m. there's like nothing. Like 9 a.m. there's a little bit, then there's like nothing because I figure everybody's working. And then at 5 there's a little more, 6 there's a little more, 7, and then at 9, 10, and 11 it's like a huge column. So it's everybody just strolling in bed looking at people.
Oh, I mean, I've always known this is here. I've just never taken 3 seconds to look at it. Whoa.
Yeah, so little things like that. So I make sure I look at what's my activity been, and then I post at times according to that.
Okay.
But I also throw off my algorithm with the posts that don't have heavy content.
Right.
At like 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Like light and fluffy to just kind of keep it going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To show Instagram I'm still here.
Yeah.
But not a lot of content.
Right.
So that part, so anybody who has that business thing, I mean, I'm sure Brooke, you can share that with your team.
Yeah.
They can look it up.
Okay. That's a little bit off topic, but I want.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's kind of just how to use Instagram totally.
In general, right.
It's constantly changing.
Yeah. Right.
And there's some websites that you can subscribe to that sends you emails when they start changing the algorithms. Instagram
really?
is very sneaky. Yeah.
What's the email? You don't have to tell me right now.
Yeah, I'll find it for you. Even like blogs, Instagram bloggers.
Oh, okay.
If you subscribe to their blog list, you'll get an email when they post something, and then you can go and read what they had posted about whatever.
Okay, that's really good to know.
Yeah, Joe said his is from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I know, mine kind of is too, like all day.
It's like pretty, I mean, it peaks at 3 p.m., which is such a weird time because I hardly ever post at 3 p.m.
Right.
Joe, it's really weird that you're not looking at us. I just have to throw it out there.
I have 2 screens. I'm looking at you. All right, fine. There, is that better?
Yes.
I have 2 screens.
I know, I love you.
Oh, I just read your question. What did Danielle say? How often should you post episodes?
I think that was right before you went
okay.
1 to 3 times a week, right?
And then do I use iMovie for my IG stories? No, I use Hype Type.
Okay, I have Hype Type. I forget about it, but I have
It's freaking awesome.
I know Michaela uses that, right?
I don't know. See, here's the thing. I don't follow any coaches because I played and I'm going to be 100% truthful with all of you. I've been a coach for 9 months. And in the beginning, like I told Ashley at our Diamond dinner, I sit there and I compare myself to people. And if you do that, you will never get far in this business. And once I literally got my head out of my ass and stopped worrying about what so-and-so was and who was who, that's literally when I became Diamond so fast. And Ashley's like, oh my God, what'd you do? I said, I stopped following everybody. And I just worried about myself, and I stalk myself the most at this point. I do, because it's so you can literally talk yourself into a hole, and then you're like,
but honestly, it's a waste of time a little bit too.
Exactly.
It's saying that, I don't have Joe and I have had that conversation. Like I don't have time to look at other coaches' stuff.
No,
do my own stuff.
I make it a treat. So if
Exactly.
I finish all of my 4 Vital Behaviors, then I'll go to other people's Instagrams and see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any content that's newer that I maybe have missed.
That's
And
exactly
I use it as a resource. As a resource.
Or like my downline, I try to go to their.
Yeah, and my coaches, my personally sponsored coaches, I'm stalking their ass, and I'm like, take that picture down, it's blurry.
I'm like, would you want any positive advice? Like, well, if you don't want anything, I won't say it.
No. Well, sorry.
Okay. No. I was just gonna say this was really awesome. So, how long have you been doing this IGTV?
So I made my first episode, what was it, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So we're not too far behind.
Yeah, no, you're not. And like I said, most of the stuff that I put on here has been the past like week and a half that I went and looked up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, Instagram is tricky. But the other thing I found out too is like, you remember Vine? It like never worked out. Do you remember the social media Vine?
No.
It was like,
yes.
You don't? Oh my gosh. That's the saying, do it for the Vine. I ain't gonna do it. It's like a really short clip of a video. So that's kind of what like your IG stories are. But they were saying that every single thing that Instagram has come out with has literally killed it. So that's why these bloggers are like, if you haven't made an IGTV yet, you need to now.
Yes.
So you will be on top of the list compared to everybody else who's just taking their time. Because it does take time to make your movie on Instagram, do the little bit of editing. But once you do that little bit of editing, that will stand out between you and somebody that just decided to jump on and say, hey, here I am. I really haven't thought about what I was going to tell you about.
So this is, you record them in iMovie for the most part, and then you upload it.
Yes. Yep. So I do it on iMovie, and I make mistakes, then I'm like, nope, cutting that out. And it's a nice way to say that didn't make sense. I'm going to re-say it a different way. Mm-hmm. And then make the edits and stuff like that and upload it.
Okay.
This is going to sound dumb, but I use iMovie to like edit my like workout video clips for IG stories.
Yeah.
So I'll take like an hour workout or a half hour workout and whittle it down to like 45 seconds for 3 Instagram story clips.
Yeah.
And is that what you do? You basically record it with your camera phone and then you upload it to iMovie and edit it? Or do you actually record it in iMovie?
I record it on my cell phone first.
Okay.
The only thing I'll tell you is make sure you use your back camera.
Right.
Front.
Yeah, the selfie view is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh. Back camera. See, I don't know that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like if you're taking it like that, and don't judge me for my pink cover. My night battery case.
No. Yeah,
Should I be doing that all the time?
What, with your pictures?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
You should always be taking your
like my story stuff. Wow.
Yeah, unless you want it to be known as a selfie.
Right. I mean, let me see if I can hook it. Do you have a cutoff on here?
No, we have but I don't want to take too much of your time.
I know. I just wanted to, it's okay.
No, we have I have the unlimited.
I just wanted to show like there is such a difference between using your front camera and back camera and a ring light versus non.
I have the light.
Okay, good.
Obsessed with that light.
So I'm just going to share my Instagram page. So like this is a ring light picture.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like this one, I did a front camera and I was pissed because it's a little like I'm very picky with it, but I can tell that this is pixelated.
Yeah, and you can.
You just want it to be.
But like when that showed up on my feed, I didn't think twice about it.
Right. But I think like,
yeah,
like this was a front camera. Terrible. So never ever will I ever use a back or a front picture for that stuff.
So, okay. So just to be clear, you want to see the back of your camera when you
Yeah.
Okay.
So once you make your IGTV, it'll pop up right here.
Oh, okay.
So this is mine. I don't think you could hear it. Huh, you can't.
I gotta think about like a name and stuff.
So the other thing too that I found out today, let me stop sharing this. Oops. Is that it's all in portrait mode for IGTV. So never, when you're doing your videos, make sure your camera isn't sideways.
Yeah.
Be up this way. And that's the difference between them and YouTube. That was another huge thing that I read about. Because you can watch it on your TV, you can watch it on your phone, and honestly, everybody's on their phone. So that's why they put it in portrait mode. But basically, people can relate to like someone they see, the transition along the way, and then your small changes may be huge to someone else, but most importantly, people can relate to that. So just be consistent and have a purpose with your posting, really.
Okay, one more probably dumb question. Like, how do you start IGTV?
Okay, let me hook my phone back up.
Did you go over that?
No, I didn't.
No, just probably because it's common sense, you know.
Did you say how to use iMovie?
No, IGTV, like where is like the button to like literally start it? Like where do you go?
Okay, hold on. Oh, I didn't press share screen, sorry.
It's at the top of your homepage.
Like where?
See that orange button?
Oh, right there. Yes, I did know that. Okay.
Good morning.
You can either do that or you can download the IGTV app.
Okay, but that's me watching other people's. Like, how do you make your own? Sorry, frozen.
I'm trying to share my screen. I have it pulled up.
Oh, create channel.
Yeah.
You have to hit the gear.
Yeah. Create channel. Okay.
Not working. Sorry.
No, we walked through it. Okay.
Well, it looks like Carl Deichler beat us to it. He's on.
Well, yeah. Obviously. Okay, I think I can totally do this.
Yeah.
Come up with a name, come up with like what your niche is.
Your niche, if I have to say anything, the most important thing is literally your niche. Because if you're too broad, people aren't going to know what's the next thing she's going to come out with, because I'm not sure what she's even really teaching me.
Right. So you mean like the name that you come up with is really
your name, and your first movie is everything. Like that's when you have your capture moment. People are either going to say, I want to follow her, or no, thank you. So that's why that hook statement is huge, because you're going to present the problem that people that you had, and how you have fixed it and how you can help them achieve it.
So would that be like telling your story?
So I don't know you very well, Joe, because I would come up with your niche for you, like what I would think that would be really good. But
so basically, me in a very, very quick nutshell is I'm 44. When I was 40 years old, I was 70 pounds heavier and on cholesterol meds. So I started with Beachbody. I lost the 70 pounds, got off cholesterol meds, changed my life, became a coach, and now I help other people do the same thing. So
you could even be like how, because now you have all that knowledge about the different medications and how you got off of it. And that part sets you apart from Joe Schmo, because he may not have had that before. So people that are overweight, that are on medications, would come to you and say, okay, Joe did it. I want to know how he did it. I want to look like Joe. I need to learn how to do it. So your niche would be someone on medication for health and wellness turning into not needing that by blah 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 or whatever. I mean, you can make it your own by all means, but it's something along those lines.
So I've always thought my niche was basically busy parents that have put others ahead of themselves, because that's what I used to do.
You could use that too. You could use that and saying, I was a busy parent and I let my health get away from me, and then I started on medications, and then I did X, Y, and Z to be where I am now. And if you're one of those people like me, I have the solution for you. And you need to say that in your first, that's the one thing I didn't say. Your first episode, you need to say, I became really good at this, and I know what I'm talking about, and I can help you. I have the solution for you. Because when you talk like you, I mean, we do have the solution for people. Yeah. So when you talk with that confidence, people are going to say, yes, I want to be on, I need to do whatever they're doing. Sign me up.
Yeah, I wrote down a couple possible catch lines. Like, I started with a question: can you live your best life after 40? And then
That's
also,
good too.
I help people reclaim their life.
Yeah, I like that. And you know what I suggest you to do too is jump onto IGTV and see what your competitors are, and see what do you think you would get the most following or better connection with your tribe via finding out what's out there. So that's what I would do, because you have a lot to offer. That's the thing. A lot of us coaches, we've been through hell and back. So it's like, well, geez, where do I even say, like, I know everything. I've been through everything. I literally can help you. So just narrowing it down. That's what I would do. See what else is out there against your competitors.
Do you think it'd be a good idea to do because you talked about doing it in your stories to kind of see what people are interested in? Do you think it would be a good idea to post about it?
Yeah. So you could say, hey, you guys, you know that I used to work full time and I was a busy mom, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom. And so what I decided to do is, I know you guys see me working out, but now since IGTV has came out, I'm going to make a channel. What would you guys like to see from me? And then put your niches that you're contemplating about.
Yeah, do like A, B, C, and D or something. Yeah.
Yep. You can also even put that in IG Stories has a new feature to ask a question.
Yeah, the poll, ask me a question.
So it just ask me a question. You can say, what do you want to see? And then they can type it in.
So that's what I planned on doing for my episodes every week, like picking a day saying, hey, I'm going to be making my next TV show next week. Ask me a question on what you would like to hear me talk about.
Cool. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, it's, and the other thing too is like Instagram hasn't failed at anything they have done. Literally. And that's what all of the bloggers said. That's what all of like the newspaper, blah, blah, blah said, is that Instagram has not failed at anything they have come out with. And that's why this is so new. People don't realize, take the time to make a nice video. Take the time to say you know what you're doing. When you take the time and it doesn't look sloppy, people will trust you. People will know that you're legit and you're not bullshitting them. And you're taking the time to make a video, you're going to take the time for their health or whatever you're helping them do or solve.
Would you agree, though, that not overthinking it and just doing it is better than, because I know a lot of us on here will sit here and think
why do I feel Brooke's looking right at me? I'm putting
3 weeks about what their video should be about or what their name should be. So would you agree that done is better than perfect? I mean, you don't want to rush it. We don't want it to be like you said.
If anything, I would say figure out how to use iMovie and how to create a really nice little movie and then upload it. And the great thing is if you feel like you haven't gotten traction from that, you can make another episode. So you just learn from that. And that's the thing too. They said, start with a 3-minute video, then try 5, then try 10 minutes, then try 8. Where do your followers, how long do they want to listen to you talk, basically?
Right.
So better, having something is better than perfect, but taking the time to make sure you're knowing what you're putting up there and what you're saying.
Right.
Quality, for
One
sure.
more question.
Deleting a video if it doesn't get traction?
If anything, if it were me and I figured out, finally, let's say I messed up my first video, but I posted it, and then all of a sudden I know how to use iMovie more because then I was doing it in my stories like I already do, like I do what you do. I'd say I would throw myself under the bus. I'd be like, you know what, guys, my first video, listen, it was my first IGTV, and I just wanted to make myself clear, this is what I'm here for. And I mean, I think people would respect you for that than you just deleting your video.
Right. Last question. Do you, when you say you edit your iMovie, just because I'm familiar with iMovie because I did the Jesse Regan stuff with the Like Page.
Oh yeah.
Business. What kind of edits do you say you like when you say you edit it and stuff? Like what kinds of things are you fixing?
So what I like to do is I'll record on my camera. I'll just click or video on my regular camera.
Yep.
And I go and I do my workouts that I want to show. And then oh my God, I keep saying IGTV because that's all I've been saying. iMovie, you can cut and make things shorter.
Right, the clips.
The clips. Yeah. But what I found is you have to do the clips separate to then download them to your phone.
Yeah.
So I do the short little sweet clip. I turn down the volume. I save it. I uploaded it into HypeType, add the music, add my lettering and the speed. I speed it up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what, like the 3-minute talking video, you're not really editing that, are you?
I wish I could.
I know.
I'll go to hear that. Yeah, if you guys want to go to my Instagram and listen to me, and you'll see the dancing and the music, and then I cut it and made it go into, hey, you guys.
Okay.
So, and that's there's different slideshow points, and it will say either you want it fast to the next one or kind of like progressively slow into the next clip. Like that's the stuff that I had to Google when I first started using iMovie to figure out what button am I freaking pressing.
Okay, but you're like, so when you have the talking though, you're not doing like separate talking clips together. Mm-mm. Like you have a dancing clip that flows right into a talking clip that flows in. Okay, that's what I was kind of wondering.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, what would you edit there?
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram handle?
Oh, sorry. Patience and push-ups.
Oh, it's right there. I'm silly. Bless you, somebody.
She said, bless you. So yeah, I mean, just if you just watch it, and like I said, it's literally only 3 minutes. Just pop in and use whatever you need, like the talking part, how to word things. I think that's the best thing is what is your catch sentence? What is your hook going to be? That's what you need to focus on.
Okay, we can do it.
Because like you have one chance, you have one shot to have that person go to your IGTV and say, yes, I want to follow her. What does she got? Mm-hmm. So I hope that was helpful.
It was oh my God, so helpful. No. That was super, super, super helpful. Okay, all right. Do you guys have any questions? I know I kind of just over. I'm
sure like, no, Brooke asked all the questions.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you have any questions, Michelle, do you mind if we reach out?
No, of course.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. This is perfect. I'll post the recording. Michelle, if you want the recording to share with
please.
Definitely send it your way. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
You're welcome. Bye, you guys.
All right. Bye.
Go make great movies.